Yo, what's up, boys? It's Billy Sachs, and today I'm bringing you my own zombies map tier list. This is only for Treyarch. I might do the other zombie maps in the future. We'll see if I feel like it. I might even do some other tier lists like siege operators and their guns, something like that. We'll see. But for now, we're doing Treyarch zombie maps. So here we go. I'm going to start from the bottom and go to the top. So we're going to start with Zetsubo. Now, Zetsubo is probably one of the least liked maps in Black Ops 3, I would say. I'm not sure if it is the least liked, I don't know. Maybe Revolutions, I'm not sure. But either way, people generally probably don't like it compared to the rest. Personally, I actually really do enjoy Zetsubo. It's one of my favourite in the game. I'll give it an A. I don't know, everything about the map seems cool. I love the Easter egg. It's really fun to me. The storyline in it is pretty cool. You get the great line from Richtofen. Sorry, I don't speak Japanese. Classic line. And the KT4 is really cool. Honestly, that's one of my favorite Wonder weapons as well. It's just really cool map. I like it. Gets an A. Now, Voyage of Despair was one of the maps that released with Black Ops 4. Hated in the community. No one likes this map. I'm not a big fan of it either. I'm gonna give it an E. I'm not really gonna talk much about Voyage. It's not the best. I don't think it's like as bad as people say it is. I feel like people overreact a lot. But yeah, I can agree. It's not the best. Moving on though, we got Verrucht. Now with the World at War maps, I haven't played much of them, so I can't really give much of a opinion on them because I haven't played them as much. I have played the Zombie Chronicles though, so I have had some experience with them, so I can somewhat tier them properly. But I'll be a bit biased because I haven't played them much. But Verrucht's definitely a hard map. It's not one you're gonna jump on and survive a long time. It's very narrow and claustrophobic, I guess. But I like what they did. It was a cool experiment idea for the map. I want to give it a D. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not a bad map. Now, Shadows of Evil. This was the starting map for Black Ops 3 and considered a masterpiece among some. And I would agree. S tier map. Everything about it is great. The atmosphere is amazing. Unlocking Pack-a-Punch, one of the most fun you have. You get gummy worms. The Easter egg is fun. The boss fight's a bit of a letdown, but they didn't really have any boss fights before then, so it's all good. The sword's really cool. Margwas are awesome. Everything about the map is awesome. S tier for Shadows. Probably my favorite map in Black Ops 3 as well. Yeah, that's 100% my favorite map in Black Ops 3. So now we got Shi no Numa. And yep, same as Verrucht. At least I've played a little bit of Verrucht though. Shi no Numa I've played basically none. Mostly because even though it was in Zombie Chronicles, it's kind of ugly to me, so I'm gonna give it F because I don't really like it. It's kind of bleh for me. So yeah, now Shangri-La. So Shangri-La is also a World of War map. That came in Zombie Chronicles, and I have actually played that quite a bit, so I can give it my honest opinion about it. Not like Verrucht and Chino, where it's just kind of played. Shangri-La I have played. Now, Shangri-La, Easter egg is annoying. I don't like anything where you have to rely on your teammates, because as soon as you have to rely on people, they let you down. That's just life. And Shangri-La lets that out the most. You need your teammates, and if they're not there for you, it's over. But, fun map, I'm going to give it C. And my good friend Rage Smokey, who makes zombie content, if you haven't watched him before, you should go check him out. Very good guy. And so him and Australimo too, they've attempted high rounds in this map. And Rage Smokey has got around 202, I believe, before. And even he has trouble getting high rounds on this map. So you can see this is a hard map. Overall, but I do like a challenge, and it's got great atmospheres. I like being in the jungle. You got some monkeys; they can be annoying. Just smacking you from behind, like what was that? And it's what's up, monkey? But it's all good overall. Good map. I'm rambling on. Let's just move on. Actually, you know, I'm gonna finish off the World of War maps. Just because why not? Okay, so Ascension. Ascension's another one like Varrock and Shino. I haven't played much of it at all, but from what I know about Ascension, I'm pretty sure it's the first map to include an Easter egg, which is pretty nifty. That's cool. That's always good. And I'm pretty sure it's good for high rounds as well, from what I've heard from my friends. And from what I have played of it, it's a nice map to play casually. You know, just hop on, have some fun, maybe a bit of a warm-up game, something like that. So I'm going to put it with Varrock D. And what else is there? Doris, yes, which will fall under with the Giant as well, by the looks of it, and Keynote and Moon. Okay, oh, and 5. I'll get all those out of the way. Black Ops 1 and World War. Alright, so Doris and the Giant, slash both, is a classic among the community. One of the most loved between casual and like pro zombie players, whatever you call them. Very good to just jump on, have some fun. There's not much to do on the map because it's very small and compacted, but great fun. You know, you got it's called catwalk. I don't know. You can camp on decent training areas. And on the Giants, got a really cool Easter egg. You know, you shoot with teddy bears, get the annihilator. Might suck, but at least it's something fun to do. And yeah, it's a good map overall. I'm gonna give it a B. Now, okay, so whenever I'm Call of the Dead, Moon, Keynote, and 5, and then we'll get all the like, newer maps, kind of Black Ops 2 and onwards. Okay, we'll start with we'll go with Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead, I've only played like a few times, and that was with Rage Smokey when we first started talking to him. He didn't even have a mic then, and I just remember he was playing Call of the Dead one day, and I asked him if I could join him because he was doing the Easter egg. He said, "Yup." Hopped in. We did the Easter egg. When I say we, I mean he did the Easter egg. I was just in the lobby, and he did all the steps. So that was cool. That was my only experience with Call of the Dead. I like George Romero. He's pretty nifty. The wonder weapons, they're alright. I don't really have much to say about it, but I'm gonna put it in D with the rest of these. Now 5. To be honest, I'm not a fan of 5 at all. Never really enjoyed it much. Kind of boring to me. Actually, I wonder. I think, you know, I don't see Classified. I'm assuming Classified is mixed in with 5. Classified was okay. It's pretty much just exactly like 5, though. There's no difference to it, in my opinion. And so, yeah, overall, I'm not a fan of it. Pentagon Thief is a cool idea, but it is annoying if you don't get him and you lose your stuff, which really happens. But if it does, you know, it's like, oh, really? But anyway, 5 goats and E. Okay. Next, we shall do Moon. Now, Moon, I've also played quite a bit, like Shangri-La, Mr. Moony Moon. Easter egg, probably one of the coolest out of all of them. You literally blow up the Earth, which continues onto for Black Ops 2. That's what starts Black Ops 2, which is really cool. The map itself, not too interesting in my opinion. It's pretty basic, but it's not bad. It's cool that you get the low gravity, which is also cool because you think that low gravity, that wasn't even like a multiplayer basis. Like with Shadows of Evil and Horizon Truck, you get the wall running and kind of like low gravity, but that's because it was implemented from multiplayer. But this was just its own thing. Couldn't wall run Black Ops 1. But yeah, I don't mind Moon. I'm gonna put it in C with Shangri-La. Now, Kino de Toten is a great casual map to play with some friends. It's got a nice open area to train around in. It's got the Thunder Gun. The Nova Crawlers are pretty cool. You teleport to Pack Punch. There's some cool Easter eggs on there. This is a nice casual map to play, and I'm gonna give that a C. Now, Nacht, they're on Toten, the original map, very first one. You gotta love it. Do I even have to say anymore? It gets an A because it's Nacht and Toten. Great fun. Now, Revelations. I'm not a fan of Revelations. I don't think really. I feel like Revelations is kind of an eh to most people, and I'm more of an eh, leaning on the kind of side. Never really enjoyed it much. It's a cool idea, really, but I feel like they could have added more new areas instead of just getting old areas, you know, glued them together. They could have done a bit more with it, in my opinion, and it's just a bit too easy. So I want to give that an E. Alright, so now on to Origins. I'm just going to say it now, I'm an Origins fanboy. A lot of people love Origins. I love Origins. It's S tier. Everything about the map is great. It's got my favourite Easter egg. It's got the best wonder weapons, in my opinion. The giant robots that come by, like, there's love them. The skybox is awesome. The zombie design's really cool. You get the Panzer. That's where he's first introduced. The mud can be annoying, but just by stabbing up, you'll be fine. Never really affects me that much. You got a tank that you can ride. Just everything about that map is just awesome. I feel like Origins is the perfection of zombies. I can understand why some casual players might not enjoy it because it's a lot to take in, and there's a lot that you kind of need to do to actually play the map. But I feel like it's not too hard to learn, and if you just played a few games, you can pick it up real nice and easy and just have a good time. And that's why Origins is going in S tier. Now, Mob of the Dead, I know is loved, probably even loved more than Origins in some cases. But in my opinion, I'm not a fan of Mob of the Dead, really. I don't see the hype around it as much. It's kind of an kind of map, really. It's cool, like it's cool that you're in a prison, like you're in Alcatraz Island and all that. The characters the characters are the best part of the map, in my opinion. And the Easter egg isn't too bad, like the ending. But I don't know, just the map itself, it just it doesn't look nice in my opinion, and it just feels really like narrow. A lot of the areas, I know it's got a lot of good training spots, and the wonder weapon isn't too bad. It's got a really cool design, but other than the wonder weapon and the characters, I don't know. There's not much I can say for it. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm gonna give it a C. Now 9 is probably one of the most on the higher tier maps for Black Ops 4. I know Black Ops 4 is not really well received in the community. Personally, I actually enjoy Black Ops 4 more than Black Ops 3. That's just an opinion, obviously. Probably not a popular one, but that's my opinion. I don't mind the map at all. I actually think I don't mind the game. I think it's quite fun. 9, though, in particular 9, people do like. I'm pretty sure, last I heard, people did like 9. I don't think that opinion would have changed. And yeah, I can agree with them. It's a great map. It's really fun. It's a nice small map. Fun for casuals and pros. The Easter egg's really fun to do. You fight an elephant, 2 elephants. I mean, just like that. That's epic. The boss, like mini boss zombies are cool. The gladiators and the brawlers. The spider's annoying, but he's on every map. That's all I really have to say for 9. Good map. Now, Dead of the Night is one of my most favorite maps of all time. Actually, I really, really enjoy Dead of the Night. That would be my favorite Black Ops 4 map for sure. And I feel bad. I feel like it's really underrated. I understand, if you don't like Black Ops 4 and that, but I feel like Dead of the Night still deserves as much love as 9 gets. Because in my opinion, it is one of the better maps that they have made. I can understand how the characters can be annoying to some, but they're not bad to me. I actually don't mind the characters. The Wonder Weapon is one of the best in the game. Alice's Annihilator, I love that weapon. The Easter egg's really fun to do. It's a cool boss fight. You fight a werewolf. Like, how's that not awesome? And you fight werewolves throughout the game as well, and there's vampires and stuff. I feel like it's got a really cool theme, and the map design is just made really well. And it's overall good map. I like it. Die Rise is a Black Ops 2 map, which is the second DLC actually. They come for Black Ops 2, and definitely not enjoyed among the community, and I can understand why I'm not a fan of it either. But I feel like they tried something new, didn't go so well. But I feel like if they were to make something like Die Rise today, it would be awesome. If they just fixed the mistakes in Die Rise and made a new map similar to it, it could really prosper and do well. Because I feel like it has the qualities to be good, but it's just not meeting those expectations that it needs. But for the map that it is, probably an A. Now, Buried is one of my favorite maps as well. I love Buried. I feel like Buried is also one of the more perfect maps that they've made because it caters to the casual player and the pro player. And there's so much like range of things that you can do in the map. You got the witches, you got Leroy, there's the paralyzer, which is awesome. Opening up like portals. The pack of punches, like a somewhat like a journey to get to. It feels like you get to like the other side of the map. I don't know. I really like the way you get to pack a punch. The spawn room is cool where you go down into Buried. I don't know, just it's a really cool map. And it's got a really nice atmosphere for like a really old like underground civilization that's been buried. Oh, I like the name Buried. um, and like you get the chalks where you just draw your weapons on the wall. All the buildables that you can get. I don't know. It just feels like a really fun map to play for anyone. I feel like anyone can play Buried and enjoy themselves and pick it up nicely. So I'm gonna give Buried an A. Blood of the Dead is a remake of Mob of the Dead, and so unlike the Giant and Derice, where it was a remaster, most of the older Black Ops formats for the Ether storyline are remakes. So they're made in inspiration of basically they're made from the old maps but new. Kind of like what I hope they do with Dire one day. So Blood of the Dead is Mob of the Dead ones, and it is very poorly received. People do not like it at all. But personally, I actually really enjoy Blood, and I actually like it more than Mob of the Dead, and I would actually give it a B. The Easter egg is really fun in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's just mainly revolved around the shield, which it is, and I can understand where that can be annoying, but it's not an issue for me. The Deceps are really fun to me. I feel like they make sense. Like it's challenging in a way where it forces you to go to a high round before you start. I know you can get monkeys and do it beforehand, but if you do it kind of the way it's expected, then it forces you to take a challenge and challenge yourself, which I always enjoy. So I'm gonna give it a B. Ancient Evil is another Black Ops 4 map, following the Chaos storyline, and I like Ancient Evil. I think a lot of people do like Ancient as well. It's probably one of the better received Black Ops 4 maps. Except, I don't know. I do like Ancient Evil. I just never really got into it as much. I don't think it's a bad map at all. I think it's really like a good map. But I never really got like, yay, Ancient Ancient Evil. Um, but I can see its qualities and I can understand why it's liked among so many people. So I'm gonna give it a C. Alright, now on to Transit, which gets memed on a lot within the community, and I can understand why. It was made when it shouldn't have been made. Really, they pushed themselves too hard. Because Transit it's the same as Dire really. If it was made now, I feel like Transit would be really good, and I'm pretty sure it is actually getting remade in Black Ops Cold War, which would be exciting to see, and I hope it's good because really the only thing that let it down is needing the bus to travel because of the fog, the lava, and the denizens, which was slowed the player down because the map was just too big to render in, which is understandable. They just bit off more than they can chew. They learned from their mistakes, obviously. I feel like the map's quite fun to play, really. If you just you know play it to have, which obviously you play zombies to have fun, but I mean if you play it to meme in a way, you know what I mean? Like just play it as a meme map, and you can really enjoy it. So I'm gonna give Transit a D. Don't let Rage say that. All right, now Gorod Crovey. This is the third DLC of Black Ops 3, and this is definitely well received in my community. Deraz and Gorod Crovey probably considered like the best maps out of zombies. Gorod Crovey I do really enjoy. I think it's a great map. It's got a dragon. Dragons everywhere. Who doesn't like dragons? Like you can't can't lie about that. It's got Nikolai. The boss fight is definitely I reckon it's the best boss fight in all of zombies. you can't enjoy it. You can't not enjoy fighting Nikolai in a mech suit. It's just awesome. So I'm gonna give it a B. I do really enjoy Gorokovi. Probably not as much as some other people, but I do enjoy it. Alright, now on to the final map, the Reisendrucker. And this is my most controversial point that I'm making this. I do not like the Reisendrucker at all. It is my least favourite map. I don't know, I feel like it's way too overhyped. I really do not enjoy playing this map. I just feel like it's a rip-off of. I know how people say it's an Origins 2.0, which I don't agree with. Not for the fact that like it's better or worse. I just feel like it does have it has some same qualities of a lot of maps, which I can see what they were going for, and people will give it praise for that, for taking the good qualities out of maps and putting it into one. But I feel like it's just cheap, and I feel like they don't do it well. Like the bows, right, are a cool idea, but they feel like a complete rip-off of the Origin stars. Like the wolf bow is just wind, the electricity staff is just the electric stuff, lightning staff, and the fire bow is just fire stuff. The only bow that's like its own thing is the void bow, which I do actually really like. That the void bow is really cool. It's a good idea. I wish they had made all the bows kind of based off of the void bow, where it's like its own thing. Like it's not just elements again. Or I guess the wolf bow isn't an element, but it still acts the same as wind in a way. And I feel like with void bow they did well. That was really well made, but the rest of them weren't. And the Easter egg isn't fun, in my opinion. Like it's just really boring Easter egg. And I understand that it had technically the first boss fight, which is but kind of gave it its popularity, which I feel like kind of took. I don't feel like it's what gave it all of its praise, which I feel like it shouldn't have. Because the boss fight, in my opinion, isn't even anything special. I know it's the first boss fight, but that still doesn't mean that it should be praised as the best map. I can make a whole video on why I don't really like Horizon Tracker, which hey, you never know, I might. Because I'm just gonna keep it nice and short. Not a fan of it. I'm gonna put an F. Don't care. That's my list. You probably won't agree at all. I know I don't. I like maps that people usually don't. So my list is probably gonna be completely different to yours. Let me know what you would have done differently in the comments below, and I'll talk to you all later.